So today we'll be discussing about research problem. So today I gave you an introduction to research, right? Today we'll be looking at the research problem in a little more detail. Now, the research problem is the topic on which you will essentially be doing your research. Okay, this is carefully considering carefully after careful consideration you are choosing this topic because there are a lot of things that are involved when choosing a research problem altogether. See, any problem becomes identifiable in four scenarios. There are other scenarios as well, but a research problem will become identifiable. You'll be able to, observe this research problem when you see certain conditions. For example, there is a gap in knowledge. Okay, let's suppose someone or you have read several research on, um, let's suppose, on corona itself. Okay, let us suppose now that a lot of papers are being published on corona, the different pathophysiologies of the disease and so on and so forth. Let us suppose there is gaps in knowledge that you are able to observe. Maybe the paper does not include all different types of patients. Maybe there are a few patients with certain comorbidities on whom the data is not sufficient. For example, let us suppose what happens in patients who have Parkinson's disease and they get corona. What will be the effect of corona on patients such as these? Yeah, any other problem. Okay, so at that point you might be able to find out there are gaps in knowledge. Essentially, that area is unexplored. That is a source of research problem. तो वहां पर आप research कर सकते हैं. या फिर let us suppose there are several answers to the same problem and they disagree with each other. For example, let us suppose we are talking about AIDS, and let us suppose they are about 200 different papers, okay, being published about the mechanism of action of how AIDS occurs, okay, how AIDS will progress in a patient. Now, there might be certain conflicting areas, meaning one scientist or one group of scientists might be telling that, okay, it is occurring through immune cells, or another group of scientists might be telling, no, it is occurring by a different mechanism, so on and so forth. So, to clarify that result, you can perform research. That can be the source of a research problem. Yeah, फिर there are facts which are not explained properly. ठीक है, again this will fall under the same gap in knowledge kind of category. या फिर there is desire for innovation. You want to innovate, you want to find out new things. ठीक है, maybe the limit has only been reached till here. For example, let's suppose you want to find out the reason behind dreams. ठीक है, why dreams occur in patients, do they have any significance on the psyche of the patient. ठीक है, you want to find out the causation of dreams. So that is an area that requires a lot of innovation. ठीक है, that's a completely new area, even though there is a been a research behind that, but it is a new area that has not been proved yet. तो वो एरिया में आप कर सकते हैं रिसर्च. Now coming to the sources of research problem, आप क्या क्या दिमाग में रखना पड़ता, what do you have to keep in mind when you are selecting a research problem. ठीक है, and what are the procedures that you have to follow when selecting a research problem. First of all, selection of a discipline. Selection of the discipline. Now, because you are nursing graduates and you belong to the nursing community, generally you will choose the discipline of nursing. But it is not necessary that a nurse may only do research in nursing discipline. They might venture out and do something with related to drugs, for example, or else they might do research in some other category wherever they are interested. For example, let us suppose, have you all ever heard of healthcare informatics? There is this field of science called healthcare informatics that will be kind of like a mixture of IT and healthcare. ठीक है, you are essentially digitalizing healthcare. ठीक है, trying to give online counseling and things like that, online drug delivery, वो पूरा जो रहता that comes under healthcare IT. तो वो healthcare IT is also a different discipline. It is related to healthcare, but it is not specifically related to nursing. अब पहले आप चूज करते कौन सा डिसिप्लिन में आप रिसर्च करना चाह रहे, whether it is your own discipline or you want to do it in some other field altogether. Then, one second. Selecting. a specific aspect of the subject or of the discipline. Let's suppose you have chosen nursing as the discipline in which you are going to perform research. Okay? You are thinking that you will do research and you are going to publish a research paper and it will be related to nursing. Now, if you are selecting the subject of nursing, you have to select what subject in nursing you will be performing the research in, because there are a number of subjects in nursing itself. You can do it in med surg. Yeah, let's suppose even if you are selecting med surg itself, उसमें भी बहुत सारे सब कैटेगरीज आते. You can do it in orthopedic, you can do it in cardiothoracic, oncological, neurological. बहुत अलग अलग टाइप ऑफ सब सब्जेक्ट्स है, तो आप कौन से एस्पेक्ट में अपनी रिसर्च करना चाह रहे, दैट विल बी द सेकंड क्राइटेरिया. देन identifying a problem area. Now, this is a very important steps. Identifying specifically what area you want to concentrate on. Now, let's suppose you are going into cardiothoracic nursing, and उसके अंदर आप एक problem area select करना चाह रहे. For example, let us suppose you want to study patients who have atherosclerosis, yeah, patients who have myocardial infarction, history of heart attack, and whether or not they will develop, they already have diabetes or they will develop diabetes in future. Let us suppose that is an area that you are looking into. Okay. Now, there are a few concepts that you have to keep in mind when you want to answer a specific problem. You look at previous research. ठीक है, वो पर्टिकुलर एरिया में जो कार्डियोथोरेसिक नर्सिंग है उसमें ऑलरेडी कौन सी रिसर्च हो गई है. ठीक है, वेयर आर द एरियाज और व्हाट टाइप ऑफ टॉपिक्स हैव ऑलरेडी बीन कवर्ड इन रिसर्च. देन व्हाट आर पॉपुलर कंसेप्शंस, in the sense that you are trying to prove or disprove certain traditional practices. For example, mm, okay, let us suppose people generally tell that it is good to have green leafy vegetables, or it is better to have karela juice or something like that for your general health. Okay, now you are trying to find out, let us suppose someone tells you, or there is a general conception that drinking some particular juice improves your what do you call this thing, blood pressure. Okay, okay, there is this thing, there is a fruit called ash gourd. Okay, technically it's a vegetable, I'm not sure it's a vegetable or fruit, whatever it is. So that green color, big pumpkin looking vegetable. Okay, that is said to have that is said to have diuretic effects. So because it is a diuretic, it might be able to help patients who have hypertension. ठीक है, पेशेंट्स हु हैव हाइपरटेंशन, जिनका बीपी ज़्यादा रहता, उनके अंदर अगर वो वेजिटेबल दिए, या और इफ दे आर एबल टू ईट और ड्रिंक द जूस ऑफ दैट वेजिटेबल, it might produce a diuretic effect and it might be able to help their hypertension. Now, that might be a popular conception. Before you can actually prove that it is a diuretic drug or it is a diuretic agent, people are thinking that okay, if you have blood pressure, people are recommending you to eat that fruit, or they are recommending you to eat that vegetable. So you want to prove whether or not that particular tradition or that particular practice, cultural belief, is correct or not. Okay, especially in healthcare. Then there might be empirical interest. So empirical interest is essentially, how should I put it, in your day-to-day practice as a nurse, you might come across a lot of things where you are seeing gaps in knowledge. Okay, there are a few subjects or there are a few practices that are being done that you think can be researched upon. It is an interesting area. For example, let us suppose you see every day patients who have mm, diabetes. Okay, let's suppose there are a lot of patients on a day-to-day basis that you see who have diabetes. Now, is there any prerequisite for that patient to develop DKA or not? Let us suppose up diabetes patients, maybe you are trying to find out what are the prerequisites or what are the causes that might lead a patient to develop diabetic ketoacidosis. Diabetic ketoacidosis is a specific complication of diabetes, या फिर retinopathy या nephropathy. Let us suppose patients who have diabetes, उन लोगों को generally retinal problems या kidney problems होते. You are trying to correlate, why is that happening, do they have any specific habit. Let's suppose you see 100 patients of diabetes who have nephropathy. You are trying to find out what is the common aspect amongst them. Is it a lifestyle problem, or is it a problem related to drugs that they are eating, or is it a problem related to the disease itself, progression of disease वैसा normally होता क्या हो रहा. So that is empirical interest. ठीक है. Then it might be practical needs as well. ठीक है. Practical need कैसा होता. For example, a nurse might observe a particular occurrence or an event occurring, ठीक है, on a regular basis, and उस पे उन्होंने research करना चाह रहे, ठीक है. For example, let's suppose ओपीडी पेशेंट्स है, ठीक है, आउट पेशेंट जो डिपार्टमेंट रहता है उसके पेशेंट्स है, दे आर गेटिंग डिस्पनिया. Let us suppose whenever you are going towards them and you are, let's suppose you're about to inject them or some things like that, certain patients they are becoming anxious and they are getting dyspnea, they're not able to breathe properly or something like that. Now you are trying to find out whether or not it is actually because of a diseased problem that they have, or are they getting anxious just because they are in a hospital. Now you will generally find that patients who have uh, hypertension, even if they don't have hypertension, when they go to a doctor and get their blood pressure checked, their value will come out slightly higher, okay, because those patients are anxious. When you observe this for a long period of time, you want to find out what is causing this kind of anxiety. So that might be a practical need, ठीक है. Because अब यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा, एक पेशेंट आ रहे हैं जिनको हाइपरटेंशन नहीं है, ठीक है. Let's suppose their normal body blood pressure is 120 by 80, or if it is slightly higher as well, 130 by 80 होगा. Because they are anxious, because they are sitting in front of a doctor, they might become anxious, and as a result their bp might come up to 140 or 150. Okay, there is a chance if they become very anxious, it might spike up. So in that scenario the patient might be misdiagnosed pre hypertension या stage 1 hypertension की वजह से misdiagnose हो सकते. तो वो एक practical need है which you need to work on. So that might be an area where you can perform research. फिर there can be political concerns. Political concerns, by political concerns I mean the political climate, ठीक है. For example, what kind of depending on your climate and depending on your geographic location, what does it have, what kind of effect it has on healthcare cost, ठीक है. Let's suppose you are living in a remote area where the supply of drugs and the supply of healthcare supplies are generally scarce, आना मुश्किल है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ यू लिव इन अ वेरी हिली एरिया, वहां पर जनरली ट्रांसपोर्ट मुश्किल रहता एंड वहां पर सप्लाईज भी भेजना मुश्किल रहता. तो वैसे जगहों पे आप रिसर्च करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो उसके ऊपर, ठीक है. मे बी यू आर ट्राइंग टू फाइंड आउट मोर इनोवेटिव वेज ऑफ ट्रीटिंग डिजीजेस इन सच एरियाज वेर यू हैव दोस कंस्ट्रेंट्स. मे बी यू डू नॉट हैव एज मेनी रिसोर्सेस allocated to you, ठीक है, in a particular department to treat that particular condition. Let us suppose you don't have as many resources. Let's suppose you don't have enough ECG machines, or you don't have enough beds or whatever. You are trying to find out what can be more innovative ways to treat that patient quickly while keeping the healthcare cost the same, ठीक है. अब उस वो एक area है where you can implement vertical healthcare programs and you can improve upon the patient's healthcare, vertical the healthcare that is being given to a patient essentially. Then it might be the interest of the organization altogether. Sometimes what happens is, let us suppose one of you is working in a hospital, and one of your seniors or one of your administrators, hospital administrator, might tell you, okay, I want you all to perform research in this particular area or in this particular field. We are seeing a lot of patients of a particular condition coming into our hospital. We want to see what kind of quality of life these people will have, ठीक है. Let us suppose एक research team है, and वो research team को वो hospital ही बोल रहा कि okay, we are interested in this particular aspect. अच्छा, let me give you an example. Yashoda hospitals is known for its nephrology department, okay. Example, Yashoda Hospital is known for its nephrology department. अब यहाँ पर before they advertise that we are known for our nephrology department and we get a lot of cases, they definitely would have done some research. Meaning, वो research क्या रहा था? उनके पास कितने specialists है, कितने nephrologists है, कितने fellows है, कितने residents है, कितने पेशेंट्स ऑन अ डे टू डे बेसिस नेफ्रोलॉजिकल कंडीशन से आते, कितने पेशेंट्स नेफ्रोलॉजिकल कंडीशंस को ट्रीट होते, जो पेशेंट्स स्पेसिफिकली नेफ्रोलॉजिकल कंडीशंस के लिए आ रहे हैं या इनडायरेक्टली आ रहे हैं, इन द सेंस दैट द पेशेंट माइट कम फॉर सम अदर प्रॉब्लम एंड they might be referred to that, or how many patients are coming for dialysis, how many repeated patients are coming for dialysis, so on and so forth. Depending on the care that you are giving, you are gathering a lot of data, and based on that data you are telling, okay, we specialize in this particular area. तो वो research करने के लिए they might approach one of the nurses. ठीक है, this is the interest of the organization, and they will push you towards, doing this research, and they will, tell you to write research and publish a paper and give the results and all of that. Okay, maybe attend lectures, seminars, discussions. Okay, so on and so forth. Now coming to, अभी ये समझ में आया what is research problem and what are the motivations to do research problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay, these are all
Yes, sir.
most of them are like logical things. It's just that it is like you have to put it in words. This is just day-to-day things that you will observe. One second. Now coming to problem statement. Second. Problem statement अभी उतना नहीं यूज होता, but in certain scenarios it is used. Problem statement क्या है? When you are presenting your dissertation or when you're presenting your research, you will have to give a problem statement, meaning you will have to write the problem on which you researched, and you are going to show that problem to whoever you are presenting it to. For example, let's suppose you are going to the hospital administration and you are telling, see, this is a problem that I have identified in the hospital. I would like to research on this problem and I would like to find a solution on this problem. तो आप एक क्या करते, एक रिसर्च, एक प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट बना के देते. नाउ प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट कैन आल्सो बी, can be experimental or non-experimental depending on the design of your experiment or the design of your research. It can be non-experimental design या experimental design. Later on I'll get into details of what are experimental and non-experimental design, but for now I'll give you one example. Let us suppose आप एक अनरिफाइंड प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट बना के दिए. अनरिफाइंड प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट कैसा रहता? I'll just put it as you are unrefined. Okay, let us suppose, अच्छा ठीक है, how does the mother's feelings of well-being during pregnancy affect how the mother attaches to her body, sorry, attaches to her baby. How the mother attaches to her baby. Now यहाँ पर the problem statement that you are generating or that you are interested in researching upon is this. Let us suppose you are trying to find out what will be the feeling of that mother, feelings of well-being during the pregnancy. How will that affect the mother's attachment to her baby? ठीक है, मतलब if their pregnancy went well or if their pregnancy was very stressful, how will it affect their relationship with the baby? नाउ यहाँ पर ये स्टेटमेंट बहुत अनडिफाइंड है बिकॉज आप वेरिएबल्स क्लियरली डिफाइन नहीं कर रहे. इट इज नॉट कंसाइंस. यहाँ पर आप बहुत सारा वे बहुत these terminologies are very vague. I'll give you a refined statement. So refined problem statement, what you need to present, you should not present it like this. जो ऊपर दिया मैं स्टेटमेंट वैसा प्रेजेंट नहीं करना. रिफाइंड प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट कैसा रहता? Is there a relationship between the physical symptoms of pregnancy and maternal fetal attachment in prima gravida? So this is a much more refined statement. यहाँ पर आप variables clearly mention कर रहे. One variable is, see, यहाँ पर आप दो relationship create कर रहे. First of all, physical symptoms. Depending on what all physical symptoms that the mother might be having, अगर ये है या नहीं है, based on that, what will be the relationship between the mother and child after pregnancy? ठीक है, मदर एंड चाइल्ड के बीच में जो रिलेशनशिप है, व्हाट इज द क्वालिटी ऑफ द रिलेशनशिप, इज इट इरिटेबल और वट एवर काइंड ऑफ रिलेशनशिप दैट दे हैव, हाउ इज इट बीइंग अफेक्टेड बाय द फिजिकल सिम्टम्स. तो यहाँ पर आपका वेरिएबल फिजिकल सिम्टम्स बन गया. आप ऑलरेडी मदर एंड चाइल्ड का रिलेशनशिप चेक कर रहे. The variable that can change that relationship will be the physical symptoms. You're trying to find out whether those physical symptoms have any effect on that mother and child. This is a more specific question. ठीक है, यहाँ पर आप कुछ मेजर कर सक रहे. इन फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन में मदर्स फीलिंग्स बोला था, आप उसको मेजर करना मुश्किल रहता. यहाँ पर आप स्पेसिफिकली एक एरिया है जहां पर आप मेजर कर सकते. लेट सपोज द पेशेंट हैड वेरी सिवियर what do you call nausea and vomiting during their pregnancy, or they had some specific complications during their pregnancy. अगर वैसा रहा तो it might negatively affect their relationship, or it might positively affect their relationship. Now it can go either ways. ठीक है, some people might, for example, let us suppose there is a mother who had severe nausea and vomiting and during their pregnancy, and after their pregnancy they started resetting their child because okay, इसकी वजह से ही मेरे को इतना nausea and vomiting हुआ. That is one scenario. Different scenario, let us suppose that a different mother is also having same nausea and vomiting, but after giving birth she is thinking that okay, having all of that nausea and vomiting was worth it to have this child. Example, okay. So you can see how that variable is changing their relationship. So this is something quantifiable. You can calculate this. जो फर्स्ट अनडिफाइंड स्टेटमेंट था उसमें आप कुछ कैलकुलेट नहीं कर सकते. इसमें आप मदर एंड चाइल्ड का रिलेशनशिप, वेदर इट इज गुड, बैड, न्यूट्रल, जैसा भी रिलेशनशिप है, उसको आप डिफाइन कर सकते हैं बेस्ड ऑन दीज वेरिएबल्स, बेस्ड ऑन वट एवर शी इज सफरिंग. नाउ नॉजिया एंड वॉमिटिंग आई एम टेलिंग, वो एक वेरिएबल है. इट माइट बी एनीथिंग एल्स, मे बी हाइपरटेंशन हो रहा था पेशेंट को, मे बी द पेशेंट बिकेम डायबिटिक, और वट एवर इट इज, एक्स वाई जेड. ठीक है, if that variable is being subjected to the patient and how that variable is affecting their relationship. तो I hope you understand यहाँ पर problem statement क्या है and what is a refined problem statement. समझ में आ गया what is a refined problem statement?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. Now next topic क्या है? Okay, we'll talk about some of the characteristics of a good problem statement. Any problem statement, if you may want to make sure that it is good or it is competent, it needs to have a few criteria. It needs to meet a few criteria. First of all, it should be clearly defined. Whenever you are giving a problem statement to whoever you are presenting it to, you have to make sure that it is very clear. It is not ambiguous. ठीक है, जो आप measure करना चाह रहे हैं and जिसके ऊपर measure करना चाह रहे हैं, that needs to be clearly defined. For example, let us suppose I am giving you a problem statement saying that let's suppose you go up to a hospital administrator and tell, I want to do research in cancer patients. That is very unclear and very unambiguous, very ambiguous. Sorry, you are not clearly defining. आप कैंसर पेशेंट्स बोल रहे हैं, आप कौन से कैंसर पेशेंट्स में रिसर्च करना चाह रहे हैं, विच जेंडर यू वांट टू research on, what do you want to research on in these research in these cancer patients, how long do you want to research, वो पूरा आप clearly mention कर रहे हैं नहीं. तो you have to make sure that your problem statement is concise and it is very precise and it is not vague altogether. ठीक है, you have to make sure that it clearly expresses variables and the relationship of those variables. Variables can be any properties that you are studying. ठीक है, for example, age, weight, height, ethnicity, religion, all of these can be variables. They will vary, hence the name variable. ठीक है, whenever you are giving a problem statement, make sure that the problem statement clearly defines what the variables are and what the relationship of those variables are to whatever your topic is. ठीक है, then you have to specify the nature of the population. आप किसके जिसके ऊपर स्टडी कर रहे हैं उनको क्लियरली डिफाइन करना पड़ता, हु आर दे, आप किसके ऊपर रिसर्च करना चाह रहे. ठीक है, एंड you have to make sure that there is a possibility of empirical testing. ठीक है, you should be able to test that theory after you are able to परफॉर्म द रिसर्च आफ्टर यू आर परफॉर्मिंग द रिसर्च। जो आप टेस्ट कर वो जो रिसर्च कर रहे हो उसको टेस्ट कर सकते हैं बाद में, कोई और भी टेस्ट कर सकते हैं। सपोज आप रिसर्च करें, आप कुछ फाइंड करें, ठीक है, यू परफॉर्म रिसर्च एंड यू फाउंड सो एंड सो रिजल्ट। You have to make sure that your research is replicable and it is capable of being tested. Someone else might want to test whether or not the research that you did is valid or not, तो वो फिर से replicable रह सकना, सेम सिनारियो को रिपीट या replicate कर सकना, ठीक है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू आर डूइंग रिसर्च इन प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन, सो समवेयर एल्स someone else should be able to perform your own research to validate your research. Someone else is doing research and telling that okay, this person, let's suppose Padma and Ratama are working in two different hospitals. Ratama does research on some patients. Let's suppose she does research on patients who have malaria and quality of life of patients who have malaria after they are discharged. Example. Now, to replicate that, maybe Padma, who is working in a different hospital, she'll also take a similar population. She will also do the same thing. So, ono bhi malaria patients mein same research conduct karte, and let's suppose she gets the same results. She might tell in her research paper that yes, what Pratama told is correct. I have done research confirming her own research. ठीक है, तो इसको टेस्ट कर सकते फिर वैसा रहना। Anyway, it can be negative as well. For example, Padma might find something else that Ratama did not find, or it might contradict what Padma told or what Ratama told. But the thing is that यहाँ पर आप test कर सक रहे, okay, what one person is researching on, that can be tested by someone else. It might not necessarily be in the same city or same country altogether. When you perform research, someone else out there in the world, someone else who is working in a completely different country, they might do research on your research. They might try to replicate your research, and they might be able to tell, okay, this person's research is valid because I have also run this research, ठीक है, वैसा। Now, coming to the criteria for good research problems. So, a good research problem needs to meet a few criteria. It needs to have, first of all, originality. You have to make sure that the research you are doing is original. It is not copy pasted. आप जब भी रिसर्च कर रहे हैं, make sure that you are trying to either discover something new or you are trying to fill in the gaps of existing knowledge. There are certain areas that have not been explained clearly that you want to explain through your research. That will make it original. ठीक है, सेम कॉपी पेस्ट अगर करे तो your research will not stand out because there is so much research that is being done at any point of time. If you want to make sure that your paper is original and your paper is unique, you have to make sure that the research that you are doing is also original and unique, ठीक है। And to avoid plagiarism as well, you have to make sure that it is original. Then a research problem should neither be too specific nor too general, neither too general or specific. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इससे पहले मैं एक एग्जाम्पल दिया था आपको, लेट सपोज वन ऑफ यू इज गोइंग टू मेडिकल एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर एंड टेलिंग आई वांट टू डू रिसर्च इन कैंसर पेशेंट्स। दैट इज अ वेरी जनरल स्टेटमेंट, ठीक है। That is not defining what you want to research, that is not defining what kind of population you want to research. So even in cancer patients you can have very different populations. तो बहुत जनरल है आइडिया, यहाँ पर बहुत वेग है। On the other hand, you should not be very specific as well. If you be very specific, your population size will become very, very small. For example, let us suppose you are going to a medical administrator and telling, I want to do research on Parkinson's disease patients who are men who are over 80 years of age and who are having kidney failure, let's suppose. तो ये बहुत ज़्यादा specific हो गया. You might not find enough number of patients of those category. ठीक है, तो yeah, you have to make sure that your problem statement is not very specific and neither it is very general. Okay? Now this class is about to end. I'll send you another link, join that.